the design process takes time. So understanding that, what that looks like, what the timeline might be, and how that changes based on the complexity of your plan, the complexity of your property, and your needs. We're usually designing for the following growing season. I usually tell people, you know, if you call me in the spring, we're designing for the fall. If you call me in the fall, we're designing for the spring, which is good because it does give you time to sort of troubleshoot any issue that you might come across before you get there. So off-season planning really benefits the client, I think, for a multitude of reasons. It really allows you to engage in the design process. It gives you the time that you need to really work through that. It allows you to prepare for the coming growing season and really think about what the strategy is, which might be the way that you approach the planting if there's planting involved. It might be the way that you approach phasing if there's hardscape involved with the project versus planting. Some projects require different seasonality, so if you start sort of ahead of time and start planning in the off season for planting, you can really handle the project a lot more efficiently.
Yeah, and not just the design side of things, but the installation, the practical application of these plans. A lot of times when we send out a contract, there's a buffer between when that gets signed and when the project actually goes in the ground. Sometimes it's as quick as 3 weeks. A lot of times it's as long as 3 months. It depends on what time of year and our workload. You know, one of the most critical portions of developing a high-level plan where it gets everything that you want, you really have the time to sort of sit down and go through it and review what works for you and what makes the most sense, is giving it enough time. When you rush something through, like a design, typically that can affect quality, so there's always a need to kind of budget out a block or a schedule and not try to turn things around immediately because you might miss something. And we try to be as thorough in our process as possible.